I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
Well, I don't think it's likely that Donald Trump will be the nominee.
He is not going to be the nominee.
But he's not going to be the nominee, Chuck.
Donald Trump, who is not going to be the nominee.
Donald Trump is not going to be the Republican nominee.
Donald Trump is not getting to 1237.
He might get to 1,237. Realistically, I wouldn't bet $1 on it.
He might be leading the Republican ticket.
Donald Trump has reached the number of delegates
needed to clinch the Republican nomination
for president.
He's one of the most controversial figures in modern politics, and his brazen ideas have captured attention all over the globe.
I'm concerned about everything. I'm concerned about the country. Our country's going to hell. I'm concerned about everything.
Donald Trump seems to run with the philosophy that all publicity is good publicity, as he continues to attack and discredit certain sections of society.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
His outrageous tactics could get him so far, but those of an anti-Trump persuasion can rest assured, as we're predicting that he will not make it to the White House. Democrats can count on at least one more term.
Could Donald Trump win a general election? My view is no, but
could he actually win?
No freaking way!
Only in this country could a man who has declared himself bankrupt 4 times, according to some counts, is a reality show host, think that he could be president. But I tell you, it's going to be a hell of an election race. It is going to be so interesting. 70% of Americans say they will never vote for Donald Trump.
Terry and Linda Jameson are identical twins and psychics. They predicted important events, from the 2 stock market crashes to the 9/11 terror attacks and the election of George Bush before he was even a candidate.
We see Hillary predominating in the elections. We think Hillary Clinton will be elected.
You think he'll win the primaries?
He must. I want to be the one to take him down. I will destroy him, and I will mount his hair in the Oval Office.
But don't worry, it all works out. We're about to be president.
Aren't you worried about the Republicans? Who's their front runner?
I will tell you, but only if you grab onto something to brace yourself, because you are going to hit the effing floor.
I'll be fine. Just tell me.
No, yet you need to hold on to something.
Hillary.
I am warning you, Hillary.
Just tell me.
Donald Trump.
I told you.
Oh my God, we're gonna be president.
Under our Constitution, I cannot run again. I actually think I'm a pretty good president. I think if I ran, I could win.
Mr. Trump will not be president.
The Republicans are not going to win the presidency, so now we have to protect the Senate. Do you believe that the Republicans will not win the presidency?
I believe that, without a doubt. I believe that without a doubt. I believe it because he lacks the discipline.
Many people think Donald Trump is on his way to the White House. They're wrong. He will not become president, and this is why. The math for Trump simply doesn't add up. Yeah, he's in the lead, winning more than a dozen states so far, but he hasn't been able to get more than 50% of the vote in any of his victories. 0. And it's actually a lot less than half of Republican voters supporting him. It's only 34%. And when Marco Rubio drops out after he loses his home state of Florida next week, most of his supporters aren't going to switch to Trump either. They're going to vote for John Kasich or Ted Cruz. The Democrats would win a sweeping victory, gain complete control of Congress, and Trump wouldn't come anywhere near the White House. He'd be lucky if he got 30% of the vote.
Donald Trump has won the state of Ohio. Donald Trump wins the state of Ohio, one of his core 4. You saw it right there, a big victory there for Donald Trump. There you see it. Key state, no Republican has ever won the White House without winning Ohio. Donald Trump has won it.
And CNN projects Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida. With its 29 electoral votes, Donald Trump wins Florida. A huge win for Donald Trump. That's his second home in Florida. Donald Trump will carry those 29 electoral votes. He's ahead right now with 98% of the vote in by more than 131,000 votes. A big win for Donald Trump in Florida. He predicted he would win Florida. He has won Florida. Let's take a look at the Electoral College map right now. You see.
Hold on.
Stand by.
There's a big old call to make right now, and that is Fox News is projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, and there goes her blue wall. That's 10 electoral votes. That brings Trump up to 232, and he has officially pierced the blue wall that she needed to hold on to, which is momentous. Wisconsin was barely in play.
Once we saw Ron Johnson win that Senate race, we knew Wisconsin was going to be a different picture. But Donald Trump, at 232 electoral votes, is now 38 electoral votes away from winning the presidency of the United States. We are going to make this decision now. The Fox News decision desk has called Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States, winning the most unreal, surreal election we have ever seen. This candidacy starting on an escalator ride 1 year ago and going down against 16 Republican candidates. What started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality. He said he was always a winner. This did not come without controversy. The billionaire, entrepreneur, TV reality star has defeated the candidate once figured to be undefeatable.
Right now, a historic moment. We can now project the winner of the presidential race. CNN projects Donald Trump wins the presidency. The business tycoon and TV personality capping his improbable political journey with an astounding upset victory. Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president of the United States, defeating Hillary Clinton in a campaign unlike anything we've seen in our lifetime. Donald Trump wins the presidency of the United States. He is now going to be called President-elect Donald Trump. History has been made. Jake, this is a moment a lot of people are going to remember.
Donald Trump continues to speak to the excited crowd here in New York. We can tell you our decision desk has now put Wisconsin and Pennsylvania in the Trump column. He's the apparent winner.
And I can only say
that would make Trump the president-elect. And of course, as he noted, Secretary Clinton has already called and conceded. Let's listen now.
It was Donald Trump versus almost all the experts. And as of right now, it looks like Donald Trump was right.
How do we explain that?
I'm not sure you can.
I just think that we should have seen this coming.
America is crying tonight. This is the time for real wisdom.
If you want real wisdom, I don't have that to offer at this hour.
The path here is getting to be very narrow.
It's hopeless with terrible values and incompetence galore. This is a sadness. It is a mourning moment. And it's, it's troubling.
How do we explain how this is possible?
We've overlooked rural America a bit too much.
No one counted the yard signs. We're in a weird situation right now. And it is a moment filled with fear. Do the brains that got this guy elected president tonight apply to being a good president? I hope there's some connection. Otherwise, we have a dingbat as president.
Tonight is hard to put into perspective.
What a night.
And a complete earthquake. This was an earthquake unlike any earthquake I've really seen since Ronald Reagan in 1980. Something happened last night that will forever shake up the coalitions.
We looked at an electoral map that seemed impossible, frankly. We said he'd have to win every one of these traditional toss-up states, Joe. Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, Iowa. He took care of that. But not only would he have to do that, he'd have to flip states that Republicans don't win. He did that. Wisconsin, first time a Republicans won that since 1984. Pennsylvania, first time since '88.
The front page of every newspaper in the nation is looking ahead to a President Trump. His surprise victory defied pre-election polling. With us now, our New York Times columnist Maureen Dowd. There's a lot to sink our teeth into this. Bob, we were all sitting there last night. This is a massive Clinton failure as well. They were predicting a victory.
People were mad. I said going into this, the word to describe the electorate was anxious. There was great anxiety. It was not anxiety, it was anger.